Hello, my dear friends. This is your favorite Slavic friend, and I have a very interesting topic for you today. I have been crying for a whole day, half of the day. A little bit exaggerated, but yes. We all know as a woman we go into one of those holes few days before our periods. We just start crying, getting upset with the little things. We all been there. I have just came out of it and I have realized something huge. Now I have been starting to study for a life coach certificate that it's starting school year is starting this month for me, and I got a list of books I need to read. So I start reading the first book. It's called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel, and I cannot pronounce his last name, and I don't want to offend anybody. I don't know a word of Spanish. So Four Agreements is the tiniest book, but it's so potent, and I believe everybody needs to read it. Anyways, so I started studying, and today as I was crying, I just realized how far I came from the little girl who was teenager, young woman who was afraid of her emotions. In my household, nobody ever taught us about emotions. So I went on to a decades-long journey of trying to figure out, learning about psychology, human brain, emotions, behaviors, everything and anything to be able to arrive here where I am today. And if you know anything about inner work journey, you know that it lasts a long time. Takes a lot of effort, and you don't see the results straight away. You see it months later, years later. If you're on the beginning of your journey, if you just started with psychotherapy, I would recommend that you just immerse yourself into learning about your brain, especially if you're a young woman who have a big dreams or who is not living the life she wants to live. I was there, I know all of it. You're always dating a wrong man, you're always saying yes to things you don't want to do. This one is big if you're a perfectionist or people pleasing, which I was a little bit of everything. You have to practice this skill, and that is mindfulness. I know nobody taught us this. Mindfulness is actually your key to being emotionally free from the world you live in today, your society, your job you currently have, and the stepping point of creating your own dream life. Now, mindfulness, as I read in a few books about it, it is antidote for shame. And mindfulness is the one of three parts of self-kindness. As self-kindness is antidote for shame. We all carry shame. We are all raised up in societies. No matter how good your parents are or your grandparents, they all try the best they could, but we all kind of, even like if you went only to, everybody else did their best job, but you went to schools when they gave you grades for your good achievements. By whose book? We don't know. That is how, look at him, I can't, he's so cute. Oh, that is how we are conditioned to feel shame when we fell short. Shame is actually good emotions. It's trying to save us from failing short, for getting kicked off our family, having unhappy parents, and being more vulnerable to outside the world if we don't belong to the family unit or school or society. So shame was trying to keep us high achieving, especially as a woman. You have to have good grades, you had to to be this good in this or that. It's different for everybody, but shame is mostly used for shaping young women's minds. And if you're coming from a different cultures, especially Serbian, Slavic, Middle Eastern, Asian cultures, oh my gosh, like full of shame. So you have to learn how to go through shame, how to minimize it. And one of the first skills you need to get is mindfulness. Actually, I would say mindfulness, it comes with a practice. I actually wrote it down on Google. I asked Google what mindfulness is. So sometimes it can be fun to read those little meanings of the words, especially if you're not English speaking as I am not. So it said, mindfulness is the cognitive skill usually developed through exercise of sustaining metacognitive awareness towards the contents of one's mind and body sensations in the present moment. So it is cognitive skill. It is metacognitive awareness on one's mind and body in the moment. So what happened to me today? As I said, with inner work, with self-development, if you're on this path, if you're just starting, do it. It's worth it. It's worth it, all sweat, tears, money and time, because you will create the life you actually desired, and you're not just repeat the same years of your life. You're not relive your parents' dreams or somebody else's dreams. So this is the skill every young woman needs. Mindfulness. And how does it come? How does it actually look like in a woman? Is being able to feel the emotion and still be aware that it's just emotion, it's gonna pass through, and being aware to soothe yourself. There's so many resources, and some people, they either go too much into emotions, as I did today, or they cannot feel the emotions at all. They cannot go into their bodies. And I have an amazing mentor. I've been going to therapy for 3 years before I learned about mentorship and inner work and somatic work. Somatic means work with your body, work with your emotions. Every woman needs to know this. And I'm going to share the amazing resources of my mentors down below. I am her affiliate, but this course, Nervous System Reboot, everybody needs to know. Only if they want to create the life of their dreams, if they want to stop repeating their 1 year of their life 80 times, if they want to finally learn how to say no, if they want to help their perfectionism and become the dream woman that they already knew that they can become. Nervous System Reboot. It is investment in yourself. I sound like a salesperson, but only because I believe in it. Trust me, this is gonna pay off in 100,000 different ways. I highly believe in it. I believe in investing in myself. I invested in my education, in psychotherapy, in every kinds of therapy and NLP. I invested over 30,000 euros easily. So, and you can see now, without all of that investment of my time and money, would not be able to come on a video here and talk to you. Trust me, even me, like a year ago, I could never imagine myself. 2 years ago, not a chance. Not a single chance. And to be honest, when I started, I didn't even know where I'm gonna go. how my life is going to look like. I just knew, I just had a strong desire within me after I left a co-toxic relationship, meaning that we're both toxic in some way. And I knew I could never have a relationship like this. My parents are divorced, so I knew I'm never going to get divorced and do that to my children. I knew that I don't want to live the same life over and over again. I could never imagine myself in the same career for 20 years. And if you're anything like me, invest in yourself, follow your path. No matter if you're gonna like click on this link and buy my mentors thing, just whatever feels that is calling for your soul. Visit like some workshop, creating a jewelry, or going for the dance class, or whatever it is. Just do it. As I said in my last videos, we all have those little voices in our heads who stop us from doing things, finding 101 reason why we shouldn't do things that we really want. But pushing through that discomfort is actually what mindfulness is. Once when you're on this journey, it is so funny now. When I talk to my friends, we laugh because it's just, you still feel, you're always gonna feel those negative, you're always gonna have those negative thoughts, and you're always gonna feel the intense, not that wanted feelings, and we still feel it. Today it happened to me. It's something with my manager I came up with work on my day off, and I got so pissed off. I was angry, I was furious, I wanted to hit something and cry at the same time and feel like victim. So I started crying. I was like, I started losing my shit. This is what mindfulness is. So you start feeling all the emotions, symptoms. I couldn't hear. I could just hear my thoughts. I could hear my heart beating, and I could feel my temperature rising. And then I was writing a message, and then I realized I just literally typing the message, but I can feel my anger going through the screen. I didn't even send message, and I knew like this is not how I want to talk to anybody, especially not my manager. So I wrote a new message. That's awareness, mental awareness. I wrote a new message, but that didn't help. That I'm still furious. So with all these knowledges I have, it's like, okay, I have to feel it through. Where is the emotion? So I started getting angry and I screamed. That is the great way to release anger. You either hit something, pillow, or scream at a pillow. Just don't keep it inside of you. Never, because our body keeps a score, and it will just add up with the years, and you'll get upset and angry more and more and more because you keep keeping it in. So the healthiest way is to release it in that moment when it happens, if it's available. Sometimes it happened to me that I just had to leave my work position and go to the toilet and cry or stamp my foot like an angry child, for the greatest good of all, for our mental health, for the future us who would appreciate all of our little efforts from where we are to where we want to go. So I did that, and then I realized I was like, I'm getting upset about something that, like, I'm not even at work. It's all gonna get, it's not the end of the world. Like, yeah, it's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. So I was like, okay, I'll just try to distract myself, because I couldn't even, like, I still feel, I expressed my anger, but I felt sad. It is the funny part. I felt sad, and so I was like, I can't cry because this doesn't make sense. It's like such a little thing, it's stupid. So I was like, okay, I didn't respond to some messages from a dating app that I'm on. Poor man. Getting all the like most turbulent parts of it. So I went on the app, answered one question, answered the other message, and then the third one, the message was like not it. Like, I don't want to say stupid, but like, come on. Like, come on. So I was just like, what the fuck? And I started crying, bawling my eyes out. I was like, yes, finally cry. So I was crying. I was like, why does all of this happens to me? And all of those emotions, I let them come up. And then I just started laughing. I was like, I saw myself. My mindfulness kicked in, and I saw myself crying on a couch in the middle of the day about some random message from some man I never knew before. And I saw myself and I started laughing. And I know how this sounds. It sounds crazy. It sounds mentally unstable. But this is how you change, like, what mindfulness is. When I talk to my friends that are also in this kind of like inner work, they also say like, I felt so angry and I wanted to do something, and the only thing to do, I had to go for a walk, angry walk. Like, most of the people either drink to soothe their emotions, most of the people smoke, use drugs. I did all of those things and I was not happy at all. And now that I have all of the skills that I have, thanks to my mentor and thanks to the woman I learned from, that I left down below, you can all get it yourselves. Yes, I do sound crazy, and I'm crazy like in my own four walls of my house. And even if I'm a little bit more vulnerable around my mother, if I start crying around my mother because I'm upset about something, or I don't recommend this, around my co-workers because we're close, I give them, as a woman, me being connected to my emotions and letting them flow through me instead of just keeping it in and doing things from the place of, oh, I'll do this just because I'm the better than you. It allows other women unknowingly to do the same. And it all makes the whole community around you change. It makes us all softer. It makes us more connected to ourselves, more true to ourselves. And you'll see, months after starting this work, connecting to your true self, soothing your emotions, working through them, and creating your dream life. As I said, you'll not see the outcomes change this quick instant, but you will see people around you would change. Your life would become better. It's either you're gonna earn more or have more opportunities, more people are gonna talk to you, you get some juicy proposals from men. So this is what it's all about, and it breaks my heart for women not to know that this work exists. Women not getting coached, taught, or anything about emotions. Like, emotions in this world, they're like taboo question, taboo topic. And knowing, like, building these muscles inside of your brain. We all go through the same things, we all feel the same things, we're all human. We are all made through with the like very same brains, bones, muscles, hair, and we all go through the same thing. And you being able to having, like, not the control, but having more understanding how to go through the emotions, everyday setbacks in your life, will improve your life tremendously, because it will take you less time to go through emotion or get stuck on top of the emotion. When you learn how to go through it quicker, you'll find your way quicker, and then you'll continue in your path. Now, I hope this helped you in any kind of way, and I truly do hope you get more interested about your brain, emotions, and start your inner work journey to your divine feminine womanhood. Sending you so much love, and I know it's hard to be a woman, but it can be so rewarding, and I hope you see fruits of reward from your life very soon. Have a good one.